My name is Nomahlubi Mayisa, founder and CEO of Ibamba Accounting, Tax and Advisory. Before assimilating the role or assuming the role of CEO of Ibamba, Nomahlubi is just a township girl. You know, I grew up in the township of Sharpeville. I come from the Val, and then similarly in Bupilong. So I matriculated from Sapphire Secondary School, which is an ordinary school in the township. I matriculated with distinction. With a particular love for accounting and numbers, I wanted to become a chartered accountant. I studied at the Northwest University, got my honors in financial accountancy from the same university, did my articles with Zili auditors here in Florida, and I've worked, for corporate South Africa for a number of years, from 2014, so it's about the last 11 years. After articles, I worked for a number of companies as a group accountant, financial controller, finance manager, until I wanted, or I had the ambition or burning passion and desire to start my own accounting practice. And that was at the back of, having a small pool of clients that needed my services. And I got so much joy from helping the small guys and seeing what value it adds. They were paying small monies, but it meant a great deal for them. So I started my own accounting firm, and I currently have a book of more than 150 between ad hoc and retainer clients, and currently employing at least 8 employees. So yeah, that is I in a nutshell. Definitely. This whole experience for me was a game changer. It changed the whole face of the entity. I was equipped, the program equipped me to be able to think of the business as a bigger and larger than life entity that is not centered around me and my abilities. And it changed my leadership style. But more than that, it allowed me to see that I'm not alone in this journey. And we are all suffering from the same symptoms as entrepreneurs. So things that I thought were unique to me, or problems that I thought were unique to me, I got the platform to be able to share those issues with other like-minded individuals. I got to understand that we are all perfectionists, and we're trying to build as best as we possibly can, or some of us are still tuned into being employees rather than employers, wanting to perfect your work, perfect your job, whereas you need to be delegating that to other people. So it freed me up a bit, or maybe quite a lot, because I'm now able to delegate more. I am now able to show up as a leader. And I understand that I can outsource functions. I understand that I can lead without being there to do the job myself. And I'm allowing other people to grow in their leadership styles. And I see myself more as a servant now, because I allow team to bring in their inputs and also just direct the trajectory of where they see this company. So I have full buy-in and cooperation from my team, as opposed to be the one who's just leading them. So it's definitely helped. I see it in the numbers, I see it in the profitability, I see it in the growth of the clientele. So this program has really shifted the game for me. A personal perspective, what would I want the business to, what legacy would I want it to leave for me? I'd first like to start with the legacy that I want to build for myself. The reasons why I left employment to start my own firm was the fact that I worked such long hours, right? And I've never really been fully a mother or was able to be there for my children. I worked very long hours in corporate, and I wanted to be present, you know, for those soccer games, for those small engagements that the children have. And I found that my job was very demanding, and I wanted to create a little bit of balance in their lives. It was a shock when I went into business and I found that I still don't have the same balance. I still didn't have the balance. Then that required me to have a look at how I'm doing things, you know, so that I can create a little bit more capacity for me to be able to do life with the children. And I have been able to do that, and I wish to be more present for the holidays, for the soccer games, you know, and ultimately be a grandmother, raising very, very, very well-grounded and family-oriented children. Over and above that, for the wealth, I wanted to multiply my earnings potential, and so far that is going very well. And we all know, you know, that it is quite, life right now in this economy is quite expensive, and just making a living off a salary is not much. But with this venture, I've been able to multiply my earnings potential quite a bit. From the business perspective, my team and I often joke around and say, you know, this business is an emergency room. So a lot of people that come through our doors are people who are looking for solutions to already existing problems. You know, tax issues, and SARS has been taking money out of their accounts, and we are often called and referred to say, call Noma, you know, she'll work her magic. And it has been a very magical experience where we are able to save people money through negotiating tax compromises with SARS for them, cleaning up their books, helping them put controls in, bookkeeping, you know, going from non-compliant to compliant industries or compliant businesses where they see the value for their money. So I want to continue leaving a legacy where I see compliant businesses surviving and thriving in business. It's very hard to make it as an entrepreneur in South Africa. The fact that one has started is a big leap altogether, and people need good accountants to help hold their hands and get them to the next level, get through surviving and then ultimately to thriving. It's more than just about number crunching. It's about being a good business doctor. I have the confidence to say I'm a pretty good leader, you know, and I have allowed myself to learn what it means, what good leadership means, being able to listen. And the fact that I'm a woman allows me to tap into that feminine energy and be an empath and understand that people come into the workspace with issues and personal issues, and you know, they require support, and they require you to offer them solutions and lend an ear. And I've managed to find a balance between that, being a very crude businesswoman, saying no when no is supposed to mean no, but also being a very caring person. So I think that's the upside. We need a lot more women business leaders who know that it is okay to be a nice person and a nice person to do business with. For the Gracia Michelle Women Creating Wealth program, I have a special, very special thank you, you know, for the fact that they allowed me to see my true potential. They allowed me to see the business at a much larger lens, and they allowed me to also magnify myself and see myself at a much larger lens. I'm looking forward to all the changes, you know, that are coming for the business. I'm looking forward to all the networks that have been created, you know, all the lives that we're going to continue to touch, myself and the team through my leadership, So it's a special thank you, for that. I started this without them, but they took a major leap, with us. And the cohort that I was a part of, the ladies, they are incredible. They're making incredible moves. We constantly and continuously motivate each other, and encourage each other, and celebrate each other. And for you to be in a community that continues to celebrate one another is worth an invaluable amount of money. So I'm truly thankful for that. For FASSET, wow, it has been quite a long journey. FASSET has touched my life. FASSET has touched my life in unimaginable ways. They sponsored my articles. I knew that we were doing FASSET articles. We did a lot of courses, stress and time management, all of those courses that you did through articles. So that was invaluable, indirectly, not directly in this program. That was many, many, many years ago. As well as having had paid off a very big portion of my NSFAS loan. It brings me to tears because it reminds me of just how much it meant to me so many years ago. I think it's about almost 10 years ago. So to have been a part of this program that was also funded by FASSET is a full circle moment, and I hope that I can take that experience as a leader now and not a learner anymore, and then be able to plant that forward for my employees so that they can see the value add. So it's particularly very touching for me because coming from a previously disadvantaged background, you know what dreams you have, but you just don't know how it's going to happen, how you're going to make it happen. And here I am as a testament and testimony. So thank you. Here's to FASSET, making the future count.